Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. I thought it'd be really cool to stop for a moment and give you a little update on this incredible annual from Proven Winners that was new last year. This is Superbells Double Twilight, and as you can tell, we have that beautiful lavender with that deep throat and then also the double bloom. It is absolutely incredible and has done very, very well this last year. In fact, I would say out of all of my Superbells last year, this one here probably was the most hardy and the most easily grown out of all of them, in that I never had to worry about one single budworm on here. I didn't have any aphids either. It dried out at one point for 3 days because my emitter was a little bit clogged and it wasn't dispensing as much water. And after I watered it, it just perked right back up and even came back stronger. Now through the winter, it's continued to grow. In fact, taking over the African phlox that was in here, and also the alyssum, the violet night alyssum that I had planted in here was taken over by this. And that probably is because those two plants fizzled out through the winter, but this wasn't effective. In fact, Superbells tends to be a little bit more cold tolerant. Again, we're here in Southern California. We don't get very cold, but we have had a colder than usual and definitely wetter than usual winter time. Now, a couple things that I want to talk about are the care that I give these things. First of all, they have to be fertilized with a water-soluble fertilizer because the water does leach out the bottom and it is absorbed by the plant, which is important because that's what the plant needs to push all these blooms. Now, the drip irrigation system that I have is really to make sure that I don't waste too much water. It gives it just as much as it needs, but it does leach out just a little bit. So you have to kind of keep these in check and make sure that you're fertilizing them so they stay happy throughout the season. I only fertilize this probably once a month through the winter, and that's more than enough because they do slow down with their growth. But now that we're getting back into the growing season, I'm going to pick it up just a little bit and give it a little bit more. Now, even though this plant has been extremely hardy and hasn't suffered from any kind of budworm or aphid, I do spray my Calibrachoa Superbells and my petunias, the Supertunias, with BT to help prevent those things from happening. Now, the reason why I can tell you that this one has been exceptionally hardy against those kind of pests in the garden is because very often I forgot to spray this one and I still didn't really have any issues the whole season long. Now, I never once had to trim this one. It's not even leggy. It's full blooms from the top to the bottom. And I don't think I'm going to replace this hanging basket at all. I'm going to see how it does. I'm going to fertilize it on a regular basis coming up into our growing season. And I think I'm going to get another year out of this, which would be absolutely incredible. So yeah, guys, Superbells Double Twilight, an absolute winner in my book. If you see it at your garden center, give it a try. Try it in a hanging basket. I'm sure you'll find success with that. And if you don't have a place for a hanging basket, in a container would do just fine. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video, and we have more to come. And we're going to be planting our new annuals very soon, so stay tuned for that. Thanks, guys. See you next time.